teach the what church is that? That's interesting to me.
The Mormons.
Oh, the Mormons. So,
the Mormons.
so what do the Mormons consider? Because they got a whole.
Well, they're just they're just another denomination because they technically believe in God. It's just like the scientific universal church.
Didn't they say Jesus went to North America and walked around with Indians and stuff?
Yeah, well, you got to realize this all started with the Roman Catholics. Okay, so what happened was
those Catholics.
Yeah, the Roman Catholics when Constantine or Christian, the guy who created Constantinople, this is like old history stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When he took over as the Roman leader and he forced everybody, including pagans, everybody who was breathing had to be a Christian. But then he allowed them to run their own churches. And so this is where denominations came from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people were creating their own idea of what the church was. That's why Paul was sent out to go and correct the churches. He was going from Romans to Corinthian to Galatia. He was going all over, you know, Europe, etc., to change and correct what was going on in the church. That's what apostles are even supposed to, you know, that's what they're called to do.
So what was going wrong in the church? Explain that to
Okay,
us.
so for an example, and it still happens in the church today, market placing in the church, selling
dollar.
Yeah, like trying to, I wouldn't say selling messages, but what I would say is trying to profit the dollar and actually taking from the church. Like what I mean is that everybody's eating off the church. The church is a business, it's not for the church. Now, for an example, my family who owned the church, right? Pastor Gould, etc., he never took really from the tithe. He made money from his speeches, from his real estate investments. He owned businesses, etc. Everything was for the church. In fact, he paid a tithe every Wednesday, every Sunday. He would be included in the tithe and offering. He was not. You get what I'm saying? And when they sold CDs and stuff like that, it was all.
That was one of my questions. That was one of my questions about
Can I answer the question that Royal asked me like a good 3 minutes?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Question 3 minutes ago. What I was trying to say is we are so stuck on what you're reading the word. I get it, but we're regurgitating the word versus the actual relationship with God. Now, I'm not saying that the word is not true or the word is not. That's not what I'm saying. We do know that there are other issues within it being done over a different version, but you're literally supporting what I said. Religion was made to stroke ego. It wasn't made.
I don't know if I can agree with that, because, and the only reason why I say
religion came because the person who was a part of Christianity didn't want to follow the beliefs, and he wanted to change things. So he created the Lutheran religion named after himself.
Yeah, okay.
And then all the other religions are the same. Our relationship with God does not have to have religion, is what my point I'm saying to you.
I agree with that. But the only reason why I would disagree would say that it was, I mean, maybe in some cases I can't agree. Okay. But I wouldn't say that for the most part. And the reason why is because just like anything in the world that's invented, somebody puts their name behind it. You know, even scientists or even Sir Isaac Newton, Leonardo da Vinci, you can name anybody. They always
this is different. Name. It's for God. You're supposed to sacrifice yourself to uplift his name, right?
Okay, right. I agree. But then again, that's where we go into what was taught. If that's not what was taught to you, then that's not what you care about. There's a lot of churches that don't even teach temptation. They don't teach tithe. They don't even teach health. There's a lot of churches
that quotes the Bible too. This is what I'm saying to you.
What I'm saying is this: if I was taught that 4 + 4 is 15, and I come into an area and everybody's telling me it's 8, if I was taught that and I don't know that, it's going to be hard for me to agree with you, because my whole life I was taught it was 15. So what I'm saying is that regardless of how someone takes something or interpret it, what you were known from as a baby, if you are truly, because a lot of people call themselves Christian or religious or whatever, and they don't follow the doctrine. I know Muslims who ain't really Muslims. I know Buddhists who don't really practice Buddhism. You know, I work in the political field, so I meet all types of people every day.
We know married people that's not faithful.
So that ain't really married. You know what I'm saying? So the fact of the matter is, for those who truly follow it, for those who wake up every morning and this is what I do. I don't do this. I don't drink. I don't blase blah. I don't because I'm this. I'm vegan, or for someone else, I'm whatever they truly follow. For those people who are 100% in, you can't really dictate what it is for them because they're 100%
spiritual choice, not a religious choice. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. That's a spiritual choice.
And I agree.
Not a religious choice.
Okay, but here's the
go ahead.
Here's the kicker for you. All right, since you want to kick balls today, let me kick the ball back to you. Okay, Love Bug.
Come on.
So you said, like, and you're right. A lot of religions were named after the creator of that particular, like Luther. And I got you. So to your point, that is the reason why Jehovah's Witnesses believe that they are the true people of God.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Because to your point that you were making, that religion is one that is also Christian. Okay. They do define themselves as being Christian because of the fact that, as Rob expressed, they're following Christ and his teachings. Okay. But their name upholds Jehovah, which is actually God's true name.
Yeah.
So I just want to throw that out there. From that perspective of when you had made that comment, you're right. But that is, if we're going to go down that road, then that is the purpose of Jehovah's Witnesses being who they are as a religion. Now I'm not going to go into their teachings and all of that. I mean, because their teachings are still biblical based, but then it has, some different elements to it. But yes, so I just want to, kind of throw that out there too, to support what you're speaking to.
Okay. Hey, so we got a pop in.
Look at y'all just popping in tonight.
I love it. Hey, so we got Pastor Jacob. So Pastor Jacob, you said you want to get in on this. So what's your take, brother? What's your take on this? What's going on?
Okay, so it was a lot of, I was on Unica's page and she was sharing y'all conversation. And so I couldn't find the link. So when I finally did get to the link, I'm sure I missed a whole bunch of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm listening and I'm like, okay, so first of all, I hear a lot of stuff that's being said that is not true. And so and so you see, my name is Pastor Jacob. So I'm letting y'all know I'm coming from the biblical standpoint. I'm going to stand for Jesus Christ. So everybody could be against it or have their feelings about it, but I'm going to stand to represent Christianity. And so with that being said, I hear that prayer is not as important as the village. I think we got to have people who have relationships with God, like real relationships with God, to speak on the power of prayer. Like if you don't truly believe what God can do, then you can't really speak on the power of prayer.
That's facts.
Like you can't speak on it. Like, and I'm not saying who got a relationship and who don't, because I don't know any of y'all personally. But I'm just saying, like, in order for you to tell somebody about the power of a father on a child, you must have been a father, or you must have needed that love to understand how it feels to have it. So then if you don't have that relationship with God, if you think God is a figment of my imagination, or if you think God is just something that the white man or any man is using to keep me down, then you don't have a relationship with God. So then prayer would mean nothing to you. So then you have to speak to people who actually believe in the power of prayer, who believe in the power of God Almighty, who has the power to do all things, who can create from nothing. And
That's
when
right.
you believe in that God,
would be your village.
when you believe in that,
which would be your village, which would be your village. This is part of what I was saying.
Why would God be my village?
Wait, I'm not saying that there is not power in prayer. I'm not saying that in any shape or form. What I'm saying to you is when we focus on that surface level of, like you're saying, prayer, we need to bring prayer back in school. Do we need to bring prayer? Do we need to just walk through the motions, or do we need to have those people in the village that, yes, also believe, but as a representation of the relationship with God. You're like prayer, 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 prayer. You can check prayer off a thing and have no relationship with God. And also, you may need to be a part of a village that shows the child that has never had the love of a father what that love is. That's the village. That's what I'm saying, the village. We keep saying things need to be done, and it's a check mark, right? But the village is the one that comes in, that's consistent, that's talking, that's teaching, that's holding on and like, man, it's okay to cry. I'm here to love you. I'm consistent. We don't have that. Not even in church. People are turning people away from church because they don't fit in a box of what we believe things are.
I'm not used to that, sister. That's all I'm gonna say.
But you're one, and these are sheep, and they're lost.
But that's what. But it's still up to them to choose where they go.
Okay.
You know,
I think that is very.
My church has never turned away anybody.
Your church is how many people in your church? Like that
around
what I'm saying. I hear you.
At one point,
I hear you.
like I'm just.
I got a question, y'all, because